Cause you don't know football. Reek put us together like the Avengers. For the love of the game, this ain't for the pretenders. Used to strap them up, that's why we qualify. So when I tell you you don't know, I won't apologize. It get ugly on the gridiron, and I'm tired of watching all of these analysts misfire. This raw ain't politically correct, but either way you put it, man, we blessed. Tell y'all networks they should get hip to us. Moving on to big things when they pitch to us. A hot take can make you put on the gloves, but at the end of the day, it's all love. So as you gon' bring the stats to the room, or maybe the eye test to the Zoom, just know we appreciate y'all. But cause you don't know football, cause you don't know football, cause you don't know football.
Jake, my man, Jake. Welcome back, man.
I appreciate it.
Round
I'm
two.
excited. 4 more teams. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I love doing this, man. I love doing this. Okay,
Fucking ball. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
let's go. Let's go Packers next. Okay.
All right.
All right. Green Bay Packers. Fatal flaw for the Green Bay Packers this year.
For me, their fatal flaw is they really do not have a lot of high-end talent. You know, this roster, it's fine. I have questions about several parts of it. Big fan of Jordan Love. I'm a fan of Matt LaFleur, but this offensive line, I think, could have a lot of issues. It's got questions at 4 of its spots. And then you look at this defense, if Micah Parsons isn't there week 1, or even if he is there, but he's not 100%, you know, you're really asking a lot out of Lucas Van Ness, out of Baron Sorrell. And I just, you know, maybe they'll surprise me, but I'm a little skeptical. And then in this cornerback room, this cornerback room is still, to me, a problem. You know, Carrington Valentine, and, you know, go ask a Packers fan how they feel about Keyshawn Nixon. Like, it's you're not going to hear fun stuff about Keyshawn Nixon. So, you know, I in theory like them adding Benjamin St-Juste, you know, but
Okay.
he played as a rotational player in LA. He was good, but like, you know, is that going to translate to him playing more of a full-time role? And then personally, I was not a big fan of Brandon Cisse coming out of the draft. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but like, I can see the vision for certain parts of their team. But I just think when you start talking about all the position groups that they have questions about, they really need to hit a lot of green lights across the board for me to really think they have a chance, especially when, again, even just in their own division, but also Rams, Seahawks, Eagles, like these teams that we think of as the best rosters, they just don't have as much high-end talent. So that to me is, I think, the thing that will hold them back the most.
So you hinted at it. The fatal flaw for the Green Bay Packers is going to be their pass rush. Even if Michael Parsons is there, I'm telling you right now why they're going to lose this year. They don't have 2 legitimate pass rushers. I don't know what happened in the NFL where I don't know what the memo that went out. I don't know what it is that told everybody you don't need 2 pass rushers. But outside of like Mahomes and Brady, all of those Super Bowl winners have 2 pass rushers on there. So I don't know why these teams are saying, oh, we have 1 pass rusher, so we don't have to take it very seriously. But I'm a huge fan, just like you said, I'm a huge fan of Jordan Love. I think he can win a Super Bowl for you.
I agree.
And I'm okay with them not being great at every other position if they were great at pass rusher. If they were great at pass rusher, I would still say they would be winning the Super Bowl this year. Even with the Rams, I'd still say it.
And to your point, I'm looking up this stat in real time. Last year, I mean, they were 15th in pressure rate according to For the Numbers, which is not bad, but it's also, you know, I think they're not as deep this year. You know, I mean, I know Rashawn Gary wasn't doing a ton for them, but he's not there anymore. And if Micah is not 100%, even for the first quarter of the season, I think you really could see them struggle in that area. So, you know, pressure rate for me is a big deal for them. Can they increase that? I don't see the path for them being better than they were last year. And last year, again, they were average. So yeah, and again, like this cornerback room just concerned. There's a lot of problems on this roster that, again, I'll give them benefit of the doubt. They're a well-run organization. I'll let them see we'll see how the vision goes, but it's just, there's a lot of concerns.
Yeah, so I'm just saying going into the season, the Packers, you have Jordan Love. The Ravens, you have Lamar Jackson. The Bills, you have Josh Allen. Shame on you for not getting 2 pass rushers for those guys. Shame on you. All of you.
Man. Tough.
That's right. I mean, that's right. We in the shaming here, Jake. We go.
No, I'm a fan. There are some teams, like, again, we're not trying to keep it contained to the conversation today, but man, there are some teams that I've been just fired up about all offseason for the things that I just did not feel like they did, and it's like it feels like they're in a window or a certain opportunity of time, and they're just wasting it. They're just wasting it.
I agree.
So
actually, this is an interesting team. So actually, I got a 2-part question.
all right,
The Kansas City Chiefs.
for sure.
What is the fatal flaw of the Kansas City Chiefs?
To me,
And
it's
part 2. Hold on. And part
all
2.
right. Yeah, you got
Part
it. You got
2.
it.
Are they back or are they back?
So I'll answer the first question. I'll answer your second question first. So are they back? To me, after Mahomes went down with an injury last year, I was one of those people saying, I don't think they should rush Mahomes back for this upcoming season. Like, he'll probably be back, but I don't think the expectation should be Mahomes is coming back and we're making another run at this. I think they should. We see with these kinds of injuries, even after you come back to playing, it still takes you like a year or a season to really get back to 100%. So I was of the mind that, like, look, they had the 9th overall pick this year. They had the 29th pick after they traded Trent McDuffie. Let's get this offseason. Let's rebuild a little bit, retool, and then have this season be a little bit of a down year. Mahomes is recovering. You know, the Broncos, the Chargers are improved. Like, it is what it is. You go back into this offseason next year, the 27 offseason, retool again, get another high-ish pick. And then I think that's really when this team would be able to be a fortified, we are back team. I just don't see that this year. Not to say they won't be good. Mahomes sounds like he's a lot further along in his progression than I think they expected. But I think this team still has too many question marks. And that transitions to the first question,
Right.
their fatal flaw. Their fatal flaw to me is still the explosives in the pass game. They just their explosives for their offense last year was just horrible. Now, Kenneth Walker in the run game should fix some of that, but talking about shaming, I do not understand how they did not do more to address this receiver room. Knowing that they had Rashee Rice, who is having off the field issues, Xavier Worthy coming off of a season where he was injured and a little banged up. And I mean, Jawan Jennings was out there. They didn't go get him. Tyreek Hill is washed up, but he's still out there as a depth piece. D-Hop could be a depth piece. Even, I know it's sacrilegious, even Keenan Allen. Like, he got 122 targets last year with the Chargers. Like, why have they not done anything to address this just terrible receiving room? This very weak. It's just, these past 3 seasons have been Patrick Mahomes just scheming up at the line. Oh, we're going to have to throw to the space that the defense is in, and it's going to be quick, short. We're going to have to go on 15-play drives every time to score. And I just don't, outside of having some more explosive in the run game with Kenneth Walker, I just don't see how that's going to be different this year.
Gotcha.
And it's just really frustrating.
Got you. Yeah, you know, like, the Kansas City Chiefs, for me, have been the hardest team to evaluate over the last, like, I'll say 5 years. Because when I look at their roster every year, and by the way, I'm talking about they won 3 championships. And what I'm talking about, every year that I look at their roster, I'm like, this ain't really a good roster. It's just when they were winning, it was just like, you sound stupid for saying all of this.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of clear. I'm gonna say, the fatal flaw for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's going to be their defense.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's the defense. Now, it'll be very easy for me to go to the wide receivers. However, they won the Super Bowl with the worst wide receiver core that I've ever seen win a Super Bowl.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, Juju Smith-Schuster was the #1 wide receiver on a Super Bowl winning team, and it was their team. Okay, keep that in mind when we say what's on their roster now. But with this defense, I just don't see the stars. I remember when they won it, they were patching in like some stars. Like, they had Tyrann Mathieu come in. They always had cornerbacks that were standout. Chris Jones is the most underrated defensive player of this era to me.
I agree. He's a slam dunk Hall of Famer.
Him enough. Chris
Yeah,
Jones is
100%.
amazing. Like, even when Aaron Donald was in the league, which he might be coming back, even when he was in the league at his best, Chris Jones was like here. And he just never really got talked about. But yeah, I just wanted to see more stars for the standout players where I can say they're great here, they're great here, and they're great here in the defense. And I just don't feel like that with their defense.
No, I hear that. I think
They'll be good though.
Exactly. Like this again goes back to this really does feel like a transition season for them, which is why I'm like, hey, y'all don't have to like rush Mahomes. Mahomes does not have to be ready to play by September. Like you can let some of your. I mean, they got Justin Fields. If you like Justin Fields, they drafted Garrett Nussmeier.
Justin Fields.
Like you can let some of these other guys step in for Mahomes, and you know, again to your point about the defense, like I really loved a lot of what they did this offseason on the defense, but to what you're saying. It still needs to come together. They still probably need another piece or two. I love the Kyrus Tonga addition next to Chris Jones. Omar Norman Lott's coming back. They drafted Peter Woods. You know, George Karlaftis and R. Mason Thomas being running mates. We'll see how kind of that works. But I also just, some of it is just blind faith in their secondary because this is, you know, Steve
or their ability to
has,
get secondary.
yes, like Trent McDuffie was a late first-round pick. Travarius Ward was an undrafted free agent. You know what I mean? Like, L'Jarius Sneed, who's actually back on this team now, he was a 4th-round pick, and I mean, he was an all-pro level player. So, you know, I thought they were going to spend their top 9 pick or wherever they were picking on an edge rusher, especially because what's his name dropped. Oh man, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. Ruben Bain. Yeah, because Ruben Bain dropped, I thought they were going to get him, and there was a lot of corners bunched up at the end of the first round that I thought they'd be able to get. The fact that they traded up to get Mansour Delane, this team that's like, we take corners off the street and make them winners. They're like, this is the guy.
You're 100% right.
So, you know, Noel Williams had some nice flashes last year. Like, I still think they need another season to kind of see it come together, but I do like the vision of what they're doing long term. But how good will it be this year?
Right. Like, so I actually think they're gonna like if Pat comes back all right, I think they're gonna compete for the division. I really do. I think that they're already better than the Chargers and definitely the Raiders. I think they're gonna compete for the division if Pat comes back all right. I see the vision. It's just you need some exceptional players at some exceptional positions, you know?
Yeah. It's again very much it's kind of almost Packers-esque in a way where like they have a plan, and a lot of that plan hinges on, hey, these guys that we've been developing for a while, they're going to step into these roles and be real winners for us. If you're confident in those players, yeah, this is going to be great. But if those players don't pan out, we're really looking at a roster again with a lot of question marks.
Correct.